upset this community just like it upset me when people saw the video of the mall of the lady protecting her child, and just also saw just how uncaring the people in there that were shooting the guns had for any human life whatsoever. You know, I stood up here right after the shooting happened and said we were going to make some arrests, and we have made some arrests, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about those that we're still looking for. You know, ask the community and ask the people that were involved in it to help us. The community did help us out tremendously in identifying who was involved in it. But unfortunately, the family members of those involved chose not to do that. So, as I stated before, at 4 o'clock in the morning, they get a knock on their door and somebody goes to jail. I want to begin with the video of inside the mall that happened that day. I want you to watch that mom. That is a mom right there. That is a mother. You saw her very quickly lay her child down and cover her child up as bullets were flying over her. You know, if there's ever a definition of someone who is truly a parent and a mom, it's that one right there. Now, the next photograph is someone who's not a mom. Someone who's got kids, but I would not define her as a mom. This is Erica Edmonds. Her 2 sons were 2 of them that were involved in the shootout. She knew what they did. She assisted them. She did not call us. She did not reach out for help from anyone. She just continued to let her 2 sons stay free until we get them. And we did get one of them this morning, and we're looking for the second one. Both of her sons have been in trouble numerous times. This is not the very first time that they've ever been involved in anything. They've just been on a rampage quite some time in Richland County and also out of Richland County, in other areas, just committing all types of crimes. Carrying guns, shooting, they didn't care. And if you go back and you look at the video of the 3 that were in the store where the real mom was at, you would have seen just how they did not care where they were shooting. So this morning, we locked up one of her sons who's 16 years old. I cannot give you his name and I cannot show you a picture of him. He's 16, but he's just a little hoodlum. He's run wild, and she's allowed him to do that. You can see that he's charged with attempted murder. He was one of the shooters that was in there that day. He is currently being detained at DJJ, where I hope he stays, because if he gets out, like he's done in the past, when he gets out, he just gets right back into doing something. And we do not need innocent people killed like that mom and that baby could have killed. And we're also looking for 3 more. This is his brother. This is Miss Edmonds' other son. This is Chiron. He's 19 years old. He's a little hoodlum too, who has a very lengthy record, who also had an ankle monitor on which he cut off. You know, we talk about ankle monitors, and I think people get this false impression that ankle monitors prevents crime. It doesn't. It doesn't prevent crime, and it doesn't prevent them from cutting it off. We are currently looking for him. As you can see, he's wanted for attempted murder and possession of a weapon doing a violent crime. So he is somewhere in our community. So I'm asking the community to give us some help, because his family sure didn't. But we're asking the community to give us that call to where he's at. We're also looking for Jabari Cornelius. He's also charged with attempted murder. He was in the store too. He was another one with a gun. These are the 3 that had guns. 2 brothers, and this one had the gun. These are the ones shooting. We're looking for him. He's also in the Columbia area. Next one we're looking for is Gabriel Davis. He was not in the mall, but he was involved, so we have warrants on him for accessory after the fact of a felony. Which is interesting about him, his prior history includes pointing and presenting the firearm, possession of a stolen pistol, failure to stop, blue light siren. He is currently out on bond for pointing and presenting possession of a stolen pistol. He was released on January 25 on a PR bond. Now, stolen gun, pointing a gun at somebody, he gets a personal recognizance bond, which means you don't have to do nothing but sign your name to a piece of paper, and now he's involved in the mall shooting. This is what we're dealing with in this community. These are the ones that are out here that are doing the shooting, that's taking people's lives, endangering other people's lives. So asking the community to help us get those three that we're looking for. Go back to the video of the mom, please. I want everybody to watch this. I want everybody in the community to watch this one more time. I want you to see the danger that that mom and her child was placed in. I don't care if you're a citizen or if you're someone who's out here committing crimes, that ought to make you mad. That could have been your mom, that could have been your sister, that could have been your child there, that these three had absolutely no regard for their life whatsoever. That ought to make you mad enough to turn them in, tell us where they're at. All you gotta do is make that phone call. Call Crime Stoppers, call us. Just let us know where they're at. They're in our community. They're hiding. And whatever rock they're hiding under, we're gonna find them. That's a promise I stand up here and make, that it may take us a little while, but we're gonna find you and we're gonna lock you up. And what happens to you after that, I can't say. I don't control the bond system. I don't control the court system. What I do control, though, is the fact that we got some great investigators. We got great community who works with us, and we get these bad people identified and we get them arrested. So, hopefully somebody out there in our community is going to drop a dime on one, two, or all three of these guys so we can put them in jail exactly where they need to be. Questions?
There was one more person on this thing there, Sheriff, towards the end. Was that person attached to the Columbia?
That was the one at the end. That was the first one we arrested.
Okay.
That was Team A. He was by himself. He's Team A. He was the first one that we arrested, I'm sorry. And then the other three were on Team B. We arrested him earlier. But so, we've arrested two so far. Two more that was involved in the actual shooting, one that helped out after the shooting.
So, Sheriff, one question that comes to mind now that you kind of have it dispersed as Team A, Team B, is there any more narrative as to what led up, or any more details in the narrative we already have as far as what led up to the shooting?
People not liking each other. I mean, it don't take a whole lot. Just some people don't like each other who's on different teams. Pretty much it. And then, again, the man who got shot in the mall had nothing to do with this. He's not part of Team A, Team B. He was just a shopper. Just got hit by a stray bullet. The mom and the baby, they didn't have anything to do with it either. That just shows they don't care. And I'm not talking about one or two bullets that were fired. Lots of rounds were fired. We put the video out earlier, the first press conference that showed the shooting, how one of them had a long gun, the other ones had pistols, numerous shots being fired. We just, again, grace of God, we don't have more people killed in these shootings.
One question that comes to mind as well, Sheriff, is as it pertains to their bonding. The Chiron was bonded out on an ankle monitor. Were these nonviolent crimes that they had committed in the past? You said they had.
No, they're involved in violent crimes.
All of them were violent?
Yeah, these are violent crimes that these young people are involved in. And they're carrying guns. Common denominator, they all got guns. All right. Thank y'all.